But I want to make sure that you understand that I understand that you're going through some things right now. Here's the thing. It would have been easy. It would have been easy for him to just tell you to get over it. But instead, he reconfirms his promise in verse 8 by saying, "And I will bring you unto a land concerning the which I did swear to give it to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give it to you for a heritage." Now, you invest in a 401k. You invest in an IRA. You invest in the stocks and bonds to accrue money over time. You invest in the stock market. But you can't invest in a heritage. You can't earn a heritage. You can't get credit for a heritage. The only person that can give you a heritage is he who has the ability to give. And his decision is independent of what you may do, how you may talk, how you may think, because it is his to give. It doesn't matter how good a person you were. It doesn't matter if you said yay and amen. It doesn't matter if you helped the old ladies across the street. It didn't matter what you did. You couldn't earn your right to get this heritage. God has given it to you anyway, though.
Right.
He has promised it to you anyway. Now, his reconfirmation of this promise is important because it shows his ability, it demonstrates his ability to empathize with your struggle. He says, "I know that your situation is causing you to lose focus on me, but here's the thing. I've already promised you the land. I've already claimed the land that I've promised you." It would have been easy if when you showed up hurting, in trouble and pain, if he would have said, "You know what, I get that you're going through something right now, but I'm busy over here keeping the universe together. Come back when you have bigger problems." It would have been easy. And here's the thing. I can understand that. He's got a lot going on. There aren't enough hours in the day for him to hold the universe together, but he still does it, and he takes care of me. It would have been easy if he said, "You know what, I get that you're in pain, but crucifixion, scoreboard." It would have been easy for him to say that. I didn't go to the cross for me. I did it for you. I didn't even do nothing wrong. It would have been easy if he could have done that. He could have wiped his hands clean of the situation and said, "You know what? You didn't earn what I did on the cross. I gave it to you anyway. Come back later when I got stuff going on over here. Come back later." But he didn't. Instead, he said, "I know that you're going through something right now, so I've already marked off the land that I'm going to give to you. I've already tilled the ground. I've already done all the legwork. I've done all the heavy lifting. I've moved the people I've made way out of no way.
Right.
I've already done all of this. I promise you, if you're willing to endure, it'll be worth it. I know that it hurts. I know that it's tough. I know that it's tiring. I know that you have to stay up some extra hours, but I promise that it'll be worth it if you're willing to endure the current pain." Here's the thing. In order to get to some mountaintop, sometimes you have to go through the valley. If you don't believe that, look at what Jesus Christ did on the cross. It all comes back to that crucifixion. Because what he did on the cross was the victory, even though it looked like defeat.
That's right.
You're walking around feeling defeated, even though he claimed your victory 2,000 years ago.
That's right.
You're walking around telling everybody how much pain you're in, even though on the cross,
Right.
he said, "By my stripes you were healed," all those years ago. You're ready to throw in the towel, but on the cross, he put your marriage back together when he was falling apart. He said, "I love you this much.
Right.
I'm willing to go this far. I'm willing to endure this much pain for you in spite of myself." He asked his Father on many occasions, "If it be possible, take this cup from me." If I don't have to go to the cross in order to get this victory, but I understand that I do, and I love them this much, I'm still willing to go there anyway. In spite of what it's going to cost me. That's what love looks like. Love looks like this,
right,
on the cross. That's what love looks like. And so while he was falling apart, he was holding your marriage together because he said, I know where I want them to go. Here's how they're going to get there. But you see, you won't stop looking in your past long enough to see what he did on the cross. You keep letting your situation, your circumstance, you keep letting your old habits, your life experience, you keep allowing all of those things to keep you from focusing on what he did on the cross for you 2,000 years ago. And it's keeping you from your desired future. If you're okay with average, then never mind. Then the next 15, 20 minutes, don't worry about it. But I don't know about you. God made me great. You guys might serve a different God. My God made me in his image, and he is phenomenal. So by association, I should be. I should look. I should talk. I should sound. I should carry myself phenomenally. Now, here's a concept that we all need to wrap our head around. And it's personal for me because I believe that in our household alone, we struggle with this. Yesterday's decisions have created today's reality. Let that sink in for a second. Yesterday's decisions have created today's reality. If today isn't a good day, figure out what you did yesterday. Did you give phenomenal effort yesterday? No. You gave 70%, so today is a 70% kind of day. Did you give, you wanted an A, but you only gave 80% effort. But today when you get that B, you're still surprised all of a sudden. You're still shocked. I only read 80% of the assignment. Here's the thing. If you want tomorrow to be phenomenal, you have to be willing to be great today.
That's right.
I don't know if you get that. If you want tomorrow to be blessed, then today you have to be willing to serve. I'm gonna come around here. Do you remember the hokey pokey? You put your right hand in, you take your right hand out. You put your left foot in, take your left foot out. Those were the warm-up stages. You get serious at the end of the song when you put your whole body in.
That's right. Come on now.
You take your whole body out. You put your whole body in, you shake it all out. You do the hokey pokey, you turn yourself around, that's what it's all about, and you clap twice. Now it's a child's song, but it means something to me. I can't do it halfway anymore. I'm done sticking my toe in the water to see how it feels. No. With my whole being. With everything that I have. Because I understand where I'm trying to go, and here's the thing. My life is good. I got a beautiful wife. I got an amazing son. My life is good, but I want my life to be great. I want our lives to be great, and I can't get there with average. I can't get there being halfway in. I gotta be sold out for God. I gotta be.
Right. Come on.
That does something for me. Now here's what you have to understand though. In order to get there from here, you have to gain some perspective. So I want you to turn back to Exodus chapter 3 for me. Exodus chapter 3, we're going to start at verse 2. And it reads, "And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. And Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush is not burned." Here's the part that you need to focus on. "And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see,
That's right.
God called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Draw not nigh hither, put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the God of thy father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon God. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt. I have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters. For I know their sorrows, and I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of that land into a good land and a large land, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppressed them. Come now therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt." Now, I want to see if you all have been paying attention. This journey that we're on, I want to see if you've been paying attention to the journey that we're on. So I'm going to ask you a question right now, and anybody can answer, okay? What actually happened here in the desert? What took place in Horeb? And that's not a rhetorical question. Anybody can answer this one. What's actually going on here?
That's if Moses was paying attention. The burning bush wasn't uneasy.
Here's the thing. Here's the kicker. It wasn't enough for the bush to be on fire. That's a miracle. For the bush to be on fire but not be burning. But beyond that, God wanted to see. It said that he waited to see if Moses would turn and look, and then he called him.
Right.
We walk by burning bushes all day, every day. God's been trying to get your attention all day, every day. For the last 26 years of my life, he's been trying to get my attention. He's saying, hey, something miraculous is happening. Over here, look at me. I've got something great for you if you'll just look at me. Here's the thing. Because Moses was willing to stop, you don't understand what Moses is going through. Moses was in the desert because he was running away from Egypt, with people hot on his trail. In spite of all of that, in spite of his situation, Moses said, somebody needs my attention over here. Let's see what this is about. Because he was willing to stop and get insight from God, God gave him vision for the future.
Right.
Not before.
Come on.
He didn't give him vision before he was ready to receive it. He didn't give him vision before he had gotten his attention. He said, now that I have you. The last time my son was working my nerves. And my wife doesn't like when I do it. I thumped the boy. Now, if you ask her, I'm good at it. Now, I got these little bony fingers. But if I get you right, woo, woo. And the last time Christian was acting up, here's the thing. I'm not upset anymore. But I want his attention. I thumped him, and he started crying, but I made eye contact. I said, do I have your attention now? He said, yes. Okay, now let's talk. What did you do? Do I have your attention now?
Mm-hmm.
God's trying to see if you're paying attention.
Right.
If you're ready to pay attention, then it doesn't matter if you're in the middle of the desert.
That's right.
It doesn't matter if you're going through, it doesn't matter if you're running from your past. It doesn't matter what happened back there. If God said he was going to take you from prison to prominence, he can do just that.
Right. Come on now.
But he needs your attention first. He didn't give Moses some half-baked scheme. He didn't just tell him, hey, you just start walking. I'll take care of the rest. He said, no, I need you to take my people from where they are to where they ought to be. and because he knows that sometimes we get worrisome, he said, don't worry about it. I've taken care of